Hey everybody, welcome back. Me and Ian are here once again for the weekly vibe. We took a mini 1 week hiatus of sorts, but now we are back. We have gotten our rest and schoolwork in, and now we're here talking about basketball once again.
Indeed. It was a
So,
much needed break. Just needed some time to reset, and with the NBA season quite it's a week away.
yeah,
Gotta get an episode in about some of our predictions and preseason thoughts, stuff like that. So should be a fun episode.
absolutely. Yeah, today we're just kind of going over, reviewing the preseason, making some predictions. It'll be a fun, quick episode where we just kind of give you all our thoughts on the upcoming season based on what we've seen so far.
Yeah, for sure. Do you wanna kick us off?
Yeah, so I think one of the more interesting players this preseason, perhaps we kind of talked about this pre-pod, but every Warriors fan is pretty much willing to give up their kidneys for Jordan Poole.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just thinking about that. We're doing a projection draft in another server, and he went 10th overall. So
Whoa.
you can say people are hype for Jordan Poole. I think he's a great player. It will be
Yeah?
interesting to see how he does. But he's definitely a nice addition to that team.
Yeah, his scoring game looks legit right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Um, I think he's playing right now. I think he might have 18 points, something like that. Uh,
Mm,
looking at the box score. Yeah, he's got 18. Not a great shooting night, but he's still like being effective. So kind of cool to
yeah,
see. Um,
yep.
Jordan Poole hype is real. We'll see how it will translate into the regular season. Because I used to be all aboard the Kevin Knox train.
Oh no.
After his G League performance, it was impressive, but he's really really fallen off. So can't really support him too much because he's just not that good. Just to be
Yeah.
biased towards my own team. I've been all in on Davion Mitchell.
Oh
All
yeah.
night.
Really nice looking defender.
Oh yeah, I mean his defense against Paul George the other night. Paul George even like went up to him, dabbed him up, type thing, and
Mm,
man, he's locked down out there, and he will he will make your best players have an off night, which is what his nickname means. So it's looking nice. He's got the work ethic. Just
mm,
the type of player that the Kings needed. Someone that just truly loves the game,
mm.
and won't give up. Um, just good. Um, the
Yeah.
other night, the other night he said you're not always going to hit shots, but defensively you can always put the effort in and play hard, which is just really nice to see. Because there's
Mm,
some people who just aren't having the best of nights and will just give up on the rest of the game. So it's just
yeah.
nice to nice to see by him.
Absolutely.
Just looking forward to the season, and definitely him on our team makes me feel a little bit optimistic, but we'll see. It's a different animal in the regular season.
Absolutely. It's still decently hyped though to watch him deal in the preseason. Like another homer pick, Evan Mobley has looked pretty great.
Has he? I haven't gotten a
Yeah.
chance to watch Mobley yet. But I've heard good things, obviously,
Yep.
throughout his college
Hmm.
career and now into the NBA. But yeah, I'm curious to see how he ends up panning out if he lives up to the hype that was it Kendrick Perkins that said he reminds him of Bill Russell. kind of a tall task there, but
Oh yeah.
yeah. Another thing I wanted to shout out quick was the fact that the three former Lakers. Oh my God, sorry. The three former Lakers, Kuzma, Caldwell Pope, and Harrell tonight. Kuzma 24 points, 8 of 12. Caldwell Pope 15 points, 5 of 8. Harrell 17 points, 7 of 9. Very nice game by those three. It's just interesting to see that they can succeed elsewhere because I think the Lakers were kind of a dumpster fire last year. Okay, I gotta get off this page. They definitely needed a revamp. I don't know if they made the right moves or not. Well, that will remain to see. But I did think that was interesting that those three guys on the Wizards with a new team, maybe a fresh start. They look good.
Yeah, I like Kuzma a tiny bit. I think his off-ball game is pretty nice.
Yeah, I agree, and I think like his I just think he needed another start somewhere else. And that's good. I mean, they shouldn't have been so willing to trade away Brandon Ingram and keep Kyle Kuzma, like where it was Kyle Kuzma was included in any deal, it was a deal breaker. Just looking in hindsight, obviously, but I did think that I do think that was kind of one of those moves that makes you scratch your head a little bit because now knowing what Brandon Ingram's like, yeah, it's just kind of tough. But so yeah, as far as other preseason stuff, like I think it was a really good move by the Nets to make that decision to not allow Kyrie to play unless he gets vaccinated. They don't want any part-time players. It's a move like, okay, either retire or get vaccinated. Like pick one.
Right.
And I hope he gets vaccinated because everybody should be getting vaccinated. It's not really controversial. This isn't a controversial pod, so just saying that people think that's controversial and it's an opinion. It's really not. You should get your vaccine. I don't want to hear any other comments about it. It's just straight dumb to me. But so I hope he gets the vaccine so that we can see the Nets in full force. If we don't, we don't. That's the thing. So we'll see what happens. But interesting that KD and Harden were a part of that decision today too. But yeah, just very curious how everything turns out.
Yep. Vibe Central tip: get vaccinated.
Yes.
Please.
Please get vaccinated.
We will pull you from all the drafts.
Yeah, well, no part-time.
Yeah.
No part-time shit.
No home drafts allowed.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think this will be interesting, to say the least, about how everything works out with that and with the other unvaccinated players, if they will teams will do the similar thing or not. We will see.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting for sure. And another interesting weird drama. Ben Simmons has returned to the Sixers.
Yeah.
The most anticlimactic storyline in NBA history.
Yeah, he folded.
Mhm.
And I think he started to freak out a little bit that the Sixers just refused to pay him. Um, or he just wants to be able to show that he can play and get traded and his value goes up. But
Right.
I think the fact that he wasn't getting paid, that probably didn't sit too well with him for a while.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that he's decided to go back. I don't know how the team will welcome him after his shenanigans where Embiid and Thibault and I forget who else wanted to go visit him, talk
Mhm.
to him, and he refused.
Yeah.
But
Apparently
I'm
there
sure,
was a bunch of drama. Apparently, like he would refuse. He wouldn't text teammates back. Stuff like that.
yeah, and like the Sixers didn't even know he was like flying in.
Yeah.
No one did. So it's kind of like Jesus, man. Like they're just. I feel like he's trying to make it more dramatic than it actually is.
Oh yeah. He's probably raking it in right now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like he knows he's the center of attention.
Yeah, he's. It's just going to be interesting to see if he's willing to take a back seat to
Mhm.
Embiid, and if he does play and get traded, like what his trade value will be. Will it be higher now that he has a few really good games under his belt, or will it just drop off? Um, but
It's interesting. It's
uh,
getting weird
Simmons,
though. I check the
Simmons,
Sixers subreddit is especially a mess right now.
the Sixers subreddit, I lived with a Sixers fan for a couple years. It's especially messy all the time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
one of the most toxic places I've ever been to in my life. But
dude.
yeah,
I kid you not. I saw a post earlier of a dude that wrote an entire fanfic of Simmons returning to the Sixers.
yeah, that's the thing with yeah, they're messed up, man.
It was an entire like 5 6 paragraph essay of Ben Simmons returning to the team. It was just so weird.
I guess people got time on their hands.
I know.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't know what to make of it. Will
Hmm.
what will come of it?
Right.
I hope he does good. Like I don't wish any player to do bad by any means.
Yeah, unless they're Andre Drummond.
Well, I don't really wish Andre Drummond to do bad either.
I
I'd
wish
love
Andre Drummond to do terrible.
Andre Drummond like straight up just has a career year, all
Mm,
NBA,
no.
becomes $5.
Oh.
Um, yeah, I was thinking the same thing with Simmons. Simmons shows up and he's taking like 7 threes a game, making about 3 of them. just a ridiculous pace out of nowhere. Just
He gets Rudy Gobert's defense and MPJ's offense.
yeah, all of a sudden he's the best player in the league, and the Sixers don't want to trade him anymore. All of a sudden, Damian Lillard is not enough. But yeah, interesting to see. And then another other odd news. Nothing really to do with any current players or any players,
Mm.
preseason. But J.R. Smith got stung by hornets at his college golf tourney today.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's tough. That's really
Yeah,
tough.
that's terrible.
Um, he stepped into a hornet's nest in his first college golf tournament. Uh, he was literally stung by hornets while completing his round for North Carolina A&T on the second day of a Elon's Phoenix Invitational. Man, he shot 8 over, so I guess he has
Mm.
something. I guess he has something to hold on to. That's his excuse, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, I thought that was funny. Just wanted to mention that. Other news, I can't really think. I saw LaMelo throw like a 3/4 court alley oop to Miles Bridges, which was pretty cool. I watched like 3 minutes of a Thunder game against the Bucks, and Lou Dort hit a couple threes in a row. I was like, oh my god. Uh, Other than that, I don't really think I have any other NBA news or anything I've
Mm,
seen.
News, not necessarily. There's
It's kind
probably
of just like the start of the season, like everybody's getting excited for that.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, a couple players that are standing out, like OG Anunoby is gonna be fantastic this year.
yeah.
There's some pretty fun highlights of him this preseason.
Oh, Terrence Mann agrees to 2-year, $22 million extension. I guess that's whatever
Yeah.
the Terrence Mann game gets you paid. So nice to see there, I guess.
hmm
Guess that's what destroying Rudy Gobert does.
No. I still stand by the fact that it wasn't Rudy Gobert's fault.
Yeah, it really wasn't. It
The
was
Jazz defense sold hard.
yeah. Royce O'Neal couldn't guard a damn traffic cone. So
No.
so
Sorry, you.
yeah, sorry, but he really couldn't. We got to pit the blame on somebody and not
Right.
on Gobert.
Nope.
They
It was
yeah
officially Royce O'Neal's fault for all the
yeah.
playoff troubles.
Also, like the Clippers when they did drive, they were making some of the most improbable shots in that
Right.
game. Like
Right. It
straight up,
was so weird. Like Reggie Jackson was straight up just like torching every defender.
yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, that was I hate that narrative.
hmm
As a former Rudy Gobert hater myself, I hate that narrative.
No, I love Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, I
He's,
my hatred came from his dumbass move to touch every single microphone after he tested positive. Well, he didn't already test.
yeah. Well,
He
yeah. I
shouldn't
think
have done
at
that.
first because he did apologize for that eventually and admit he undermined the virus.
Yeah, and then he donated like a bunch of money to different charities and stuff.
Right. So he gained some respect out of me for admitting his mistakes.
Yeah, I think a lot of people at that point were really like understanding the seriousness of it.
Right.
It hit me once he tested positive,
hmm
and then the NBA shut down. I was like, I don't
Ooh,
think I'll ever see this during my lifetime, but
no. It
I
was
just think it
really
was funny
scary.
that I just think it was kind of funny that it almost broke up the Jazz because he was being careless in the
Yeah,
locker room.
the rumors about Donovan Mitchell hating him were at an all-time high.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to be able to coexist or anything because
Yeah.
he straight up gave him COVID.
hmm
So that would have been bad if they couldn't coexist or anything.
Right. It was weird. But yeah, I think he's gonna go down as a legend for sure. Like if he doesn't make the Hall of Fame.
Well, I feel like he's got to do something first. I think his
Bruh.
defensive players of the year have done good, but I feel like he needs to win a championship.
Well,
I think he'll win. I think he'll go to the Hall of Fame at the end of his career. Obviously,
yeah,
like
honestly,
by the
well,
end of his
hasn't
career,
Gobert was he all NBA this year? I feel like he should have been. Third team?
probably he won Defensive Player of the Year, right?
Yeah, he should be third team behind Jokic and Embiid.
Let me look up.
Let me
Mm,
look up his resume real quick on B-ball for reference.
mm, Yeah, I think he made all third team. Hang on.
Yeah, he's all third team this year and last year and the year before that,
Yeah.
and all second team. Yeah, so he's been all NBA. Oh, never mind. He's been all NBA 3 years in a row, and all NBA a total of 4 times. Yes, MVP award shares. His Hall of Fame probability, according to Basketball Reference, is 6.2%.
Mm.
I think it's more than that, but that's okay.
Um but yeah,
Yeah.
shall we move on to our thoughts and predictions for the season?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get down to some predictions, some guesses of sorts for the
Yeah.
next season.
So I guess like the first thing like I wanted to mention like who will be MVP? Um
Mm.
Now I have like I guess a logical choice and then a bold one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think logically speaking, this could be um, Revenge LeBron. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and he could straight up have an insane season, put up great numbers like he always does. I think he could very well win MVP.
Yeah.
I think I think KD could also possibly win MVP. Steph Curry. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure about Jokic this year. Um,
I'm actually kind of bulking up
hmm,
a tiny bit, so I'm very, very excited for his development in terms of like athleticism, strength.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Cause like if Jokic, if he builds his body and becomes a better defender, you're putting Jokic as essentially Steve Nash at the center offense with better defense. I think he wins the MVP again.
He could. Yep, he could. I think my bold ones are. Eh, they may be bold. It depends on how the Clippers do, but I think Paul George could put up an MVP season. If he's able to carry them to like a high Western Conference seed,
Mm-hmm.
um, he could very well win MVP just for his carry job, basically.
Right.
I think Damian Lillard could also win MVP this year. I think with the improved defense, um, he can. He won't be as much of like a liability defensively. He'll still be a negative, but it won't be
Mm.
as atrocious as it was. Um, so I think his offensive load will go down a little bit, but I also think his production just in total will go up. Um,
Mm.
so it'll be interesting to see how Dame does this year. Will there be Dame time this year? Will Dame lead the
Mm.
Blazers to the promised land, which is not making the playoffs? No, I'm kidding. Um,
No,
what about
I'm
you? You have a bold MVP prediction that's not
a
unreal.
bold, a bold MVP prediction. Um, a bold name. Well, I guess when you factor situation and um, I wouldn't be surprised to see Paul George be a finalist this year.
Yeah, yeah, I think he could be up there for
Because
sure.
when Paul George pretty much took the offense over in OKC in 2019, he became like for like a week the best player in the NBA.
Yeah,
So I could see that happening again.
yeah. Um, that he's just. I really like PG. I think he's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
But um, yeah, I think that's where my head is. I'll lock in. Hmm. Who will I
Like
lock in?
Jokic, PG-13. Uh, mm, mm-hmm.
I'm gonna lock in KD as my MVP,
Oh.
and then I'm gonna lock in Dame as my bold one.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm going Jokic and PG.
there you go.
That's my go-to. I think another fun name. Not necessarily a for sure MVP name, but maybe. If Carl Anthony Towns stays healthy this year,
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. He could
I
be.
like I like that one.
Yeah. Well, the Timberwolves need to like do something this year too. So.
Right, that's what I'm waiting for. If they're gonna play well, this is kind of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Cat, D'Lo, Edwards all healthy and ready to go.
Yeah.
So now it's the time to produce a good offense and let Cat just feast.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm looking forward to it, especially every year. Cat's passing, playmaking just gets better.
Yes, it does. Yep.
So I think he's gonna have a pretty versatile year if he stays healthy and just feasts.
Yeah, for sure. What's your finals prediction? Or actually, first, who's gonna be your one seed out of the West and East?
Um, I think the Lakers stand out in the West
Hmm.
once Westbrook learns how to keep the ball in his hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the East, the East is a little harder. I think I'm gonna penalize Brooklyn because they're probably not gonna have Kyrie Irving. Um, mm, maybe the Sixers again.
Hmm.
I can see
Yeah.
that happening.
Depends if Simmons decides to stay. I guess.
Right. Even then, I think Embiid gets better.
Yeah.
I think the Sixers have put themselves in a pretty good situation, regardless of since,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree there. Um.
except for the Andre Drummond signing, which makes no sense.
He's just a backup. That's. I didn't find that to be too bad.
Yeah,
As a backup, I think he's fine if he can produce at a backup level, I guess.
I guess whatever. He deserves 2 minutes a game.
Okay.
But yeah, and I'm not even gonna give him my my approval. Stupid Andre Drummond.
So
Stupid.
I guess for me, if I had to think about who would be the one seed, I'm gonna go with either the Lakers or the Jazz. In the
Mm-hmm.
West, it depends on if it really depends on if the Lakers can coexist with each other. I guess.
Right. I think they can. It's just a matter of them being good with their meshing. Because, like, I think they can be together, but you're seeing it. They're working together, but you have Westbrook, who is averaging like 8 turnovers a game in the preseason. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, you're selling hard. Actually, like, I think straight up, like, 2 games in a row, he had like 8 turnovers.
Yeah. Yeah. yeah, he's got to figure it out.
Mm.
But yeah, and I guess out of the East, I'm still leaning Nets.
That's
Even
fair.
without Kyrie, they still have Harden and KD, so it's not like
Hmm.
pretty good. And then I think I lean the Bucks. I think I lean the
Mm.
Bucks. Is it
Yeah, it's fair.
possible?
Did the Bucks make any like big changes this year?
Um,
Anything
well,
like?
they lost PJ Tucker.
Mm.
Well, that's a starter on a championship team, so that's a big deal to me.
Mm.
I'm looking at their roster. Um, they didn't really. Jeez, they didn't really. Wait, hang on. I was looking at the wrong roster. Well, they have DiVincenzo back. Um,
Mm.
they signed Semi Ojeleye. Um, hmm.
Mm.
George Hill is back. Wasn't George
Mm.
Hill on the Sixers last year?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
George
think.
Hill just kind of bounces around at this point.
Yeah, he's still like a nice
But, yeah, viable guard.
yeah. They still have Connaughton. They have Portis still. They added
Mm.
Grayson Allen. They have a. Do they have any rookies? Sandro Mamukashvili.
Mm.
Sandro Mamukalashvili, which is a mouthful and a half, but
Mm-hmm.
he's a good player.
Mm.
But who knows how they will turn out. But I think I like the Bucks. They won the championship last year. I don't think we can just count them out the next.
Right.
So I do like them this year.
Mm.
Who's your who's your who do you think will win the championship?
Either either the Lakers or the Bucks, because I see Giannis having another crazy postseason.
Yeah, he could. Um,
Mm.
I'm leaning Lakers or Nets, just because I'm boring. Um,
Mm.
and I'd love to see a Lakers Nets final with all the stars. But that's really not how the playoffs work. So I could see it being Jazz Nets, Jazz Bucks, Lakers Nets, Lakers Bucks.
Right.
Uh, Hell, if the Warriors play good this year, they have Clay back. It'll be interesting to see how Clay is. They could make a run for it.
I kind of think Clay does terrible this year.
He might.
I
He
don't
might.
expect much out of Clay.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say because we haven't seen him in what 2 years more. I don't even remember.
Mm.
So it'll be interesting to see. I don't expect much, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
He could be valuable just being a shooter in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. And then I guess um trying to think of anybody from I guess the Sixers could make a run. The Heat could make a run.
The Heat are interesting. They're
Yeah.
a boomer bust team for sure.
Yep.
I think they'll boom.
It should be cool if they can.
Mm.
Lowry literally just needs to do like Lowry things. He doesn't have to do even too much there, which is nice because he's old now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I guess Nuggets could make a run for it. It just depends. I don't know when Jamal Murray comes back and whatnot, but
Yeah,
for
I'm
now,
hoping this is like the ultra like Jokic God run.
that would be nice if he could
Mhm.
actually
He
be
just like
productive in the
cements
playoffs.
himself as a Hall of Fame season.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um. What about Rookie of the Year? Hmm.
Mevin Schmobley.
Evan Mobley, huh?
Evan
Uh,
Mobley.
maybe.
The new point guard.
I definitely like I like Jalen Green. I like
Mm-hmm.
Cade, but I don't know how much Cade plays.
Is this because Cade played any postseason games yet?
Well, no, he hasn't played any postseason games yet.
Oh, that's why I haven't heard anything about him. I was
Well, you said
confused.
postseason.
Oh, I said preseason. I thought I said preseason. My bad.
No, no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no. He hasn't
I'm
played any
sorry.
preseason games either because he's been injured. So
Okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking.
clearly,
Mm,
um, it'll be interesting to see.
mm.
I'm trying to think. Maybe a dark horse candidate would be like Moses Moody. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, that was the best
Moses.
part of the draft, by the way. And I mean, my God, talk about just man.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
Yeah, that was a tough moment for Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. What about defensive player of the year? You think Rudy grabs another?
Mm. Yeah, I think Rudy goes for it again.
Yeah, I think he's obviously going to be up there. I think Giannis has a chance to be up there. If AD is healthy this entire season, I think AD's up there. Uh,
Mm.
but I think Rudy takes home, what would it be? Number 4? Number 5?
Mm. Maybe.
Because he's like really close to like whatever Ben Wallace got.
Mm.
Um, looking. 3-time defensive player of the year, so he could
Mm.
feasibly get a 4th.
Yeah, I think he can for sure. I think especially if the Jazz perform as a first seed team again, that Go Bears get recognized.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Because it comes to a reward that voters like that winning bias to back up their votes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
which is it's weird.
Um. Yeah. Trying to think anything else. Most improved player.
Mm, out of bias, uh, like I'm hoping for Darius Garland because his playmaking and passing took a huge leap last year. So I'm hoping he
Hmm.
kind of follows that pattern this year.
Yeah, he probably could. Um. I guess my pick would probably be Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah,
Um.
MPJ, OG.
Yep.
Um, mm, ooh, I think of another good name for like a most improved player candidate.
Um. Maybe like
Jordan Poole, I guess.
yeah, Jordan Poole could very well win it if he's
Hmm.
consistent.
Yeah.
Um, I guess Michael Bridges could win it.
Hmm.
he could very well take a leap. Yeah, I can't really think of any off the top of my head.
Mm.
I guess. Based on what Tyler Hero's saying, I mean, God, I'm expecting an MVP season.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Tyler Hero thinks he's on the same level as John Morant.
And Trey and Luca.
Yeah.
No, you're not. But yeah. Well, this was a good topic.
Yeah, it was pretty nice getting some predictions out there. Who do you think's gonna be Coach of the Year?
Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year.
Well, I think it could be. If the Pacers do well, I think Carlisle could be Coach of the Year. I think that Quinn Snyder in Utah could be Coach of the Year. And I guess like a dark horse one would be Ty Lue, with the Clippers, I guess. What about you?
I don't know. I don't know. Don't know.
Frank Vogel.
Sure. Yeah. Frank Vogel sucks.
Yeah, he's not like anything special, I guess.
He's the Marcus Smart of coaches.
No guesses? No guesses.
I'm not sure. I'd like to see Quinn Snyder win.
Yeah,
Tyronn Lue, I think, is a name.
it is. It is a name.
I do think Tyronn Lue should deserve more recognition last year for how he brought out Kawhi in PG-13's games.
Mm-hmm.
They saw a pretty huge playmaking leap between the both of them.
Yeah. Yep.
Tyronn Lue and Quinn Snyder, some top names. I don't know. Besides that, really, I don't think Doc Rivers will be a good name. I don't think Budenholzer will be a good name. Nate McMillan is a maybe.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
coaches them Hawks.
Yep.
Steve Nash, maybe.
Yeah, probably could be. I mean,
Because he could have a bit of a narrative behind him with the Kyrie absence.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, those are like my core four names right now. Snyder, Lue, McMillan, Nash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, should we move on to the budget challenge?
Yeah, perhaps our most unique challenge yet.
Yeah, indeed. So I kind of threw this one out there. It's kind of like a projection draft, except we're doing it with salary cap. So the salary cap is 112.414 million, I think is what I said. So we had to build a team within that salary cap with all 2021 players, or 22 players.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of projecting a bit how we think that each of these guys will do. So Kev, why don't you take it off first? Tell us how much you spent. And,
Yeah. So
We
yeah,
should have cut that out.
so yeah, with our cap of 112 million, I spent about 108 million. I had LaMelo Ball, Jimmy Butler, OG Anunoby, Michael Porter Jr., DeAndre Ayton. And off the bench, I had Darius Garland, Bones Highland, Isaac Okoro, Larry Nance Jr., and Gorgie Dang.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Kev knows that Gorgie Jang is one of my
Elite.
favorite players ever. My username used to be the Cult of Gorgie Jang.
Mhm.
It was a joke. I'm not in a cult.
Sure.
But yeah. I may have started one, but it doesn't mean I'm in it. Just kidding. Yeah, I love Zhang. I love Porter Jr. I don't love his personal choices, but I do like his basketball skills.
Basketball.
But yeah, I like that team a lot. I like Butler. I like Ball. I like
Mhm.
in there. It's nice. It's a nice
Yeah.
team.
I like it as a projections team. I'm very interested. It's the only reason I took Butler. And I think if his playmaking continues to go up, he's going to be really insane this year.
Yeah, he very well could be.
Mm-hmm.
So, for my team, the Sacramento Kings, because we're the best team in the NBA.
Yeah.
For my 112.414 million cap space, I spent 112.12. Kind of a big-ish team, not gonna lie. Point guard, I got Cade Cunningham. Shooting guard, I got Paul George. Small forward, I got Mikal Bridges. Power forward, I got Jason Tatum. At center, I got Robert Williams III. At bench point, I got Davion Mitchell off night. Shout out to you. My bench shooting guard on a very cheap salary. I got Victor Oladipo. Small forward, I got Kyle Anderson. Power forward, I got Patrick Williams. And then center, I went for Naz Reid. I went with a kind of a killer duo in PG and Tatum. But
Yeah.
I really like this team.
Yeah, I like it. It's very fun. I like imagining it in like actual like a team. Like if this were a team I put together in 2K, I could see it winning a championship.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very fun to work with.
Yeah, I agree. Really like Anderson and I like Williams. And then just getting Michael for 5.56 million is like a really nice value.
Right. It's why the moment I saw MPJ's contract, I picked him up because there are some really insane valued young players.
Yeah. So he's only on that 5.26 mil contract this year. And then next year his extension.
Right, I believe so.
That's nice. Yeah. But yeah, so this was a good episode. Glad we're back.
Yeah, after a very what felt like kind of a long break, not gonna lie. It felt really weird.
Yep, it did. But it's good to be back. We'll be back every week again.
Yeah.
To maintain the validity of our name, the Weekly Vibe.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Now on episode 15, kind of on our path now to episode 20. Which I'm sure we'll do some form of special for.
yes, I'm sure.
So yeah. Start that mini countdown, folks. Working our way to episode 20.
Woo! Well, I'm actually pretty tired right now.
Yeah, me too. It's 1:20 a.m. Me and
Yep.
Ian are zonked.
Yeah, I've been going to the gym,
Some,
amping up my workouts, and it's just killing
yeah.
me, man. So,
Yep.
um,
Yep.
I feel like next episode I might need to bring back Gonzo's big words.
Gonzo's big words.
That might be fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely a good video. Podcast.
Yeah, pretty fun episode today.
So also we are in we're in the final four now of our
Yeah, AT25.
yeah, so it's we got some Pistons versus the Heat and Space Rocks versus Real Madrid Baloncesto.
Yes,
So
go vote. Go vote.
yes, go vote.
Go
Go
vote.
go Heat. They're in my
Mhm,
big Heat fan here. Ian's a big Heat fan. Go Team Ian.
Nah, but yeah, voting has been terrible this draft. Next draft, you people are making me contemplate bringing penalties back. You all suck.
Well, okay. The point of this podcast was to promote the server, not tell them that everybody sucks. So,
Well,
anyways,
they've ruined my server's activity. My
You
server is
people-
dead because of these people. They've ruined my life.
well, anyways, I'm about ready to go to bed, but we will catch you guys back here next week. We will
Next week.
we will upload every Thursday.
Every Thursday or Friday at like 12:01.
Yeah, sometimes I'm a little late with the recording.
Yeah.
I have more free time now, so that will be
Yeah.
probably will be editing this thing tomorrow and getting it done. So we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Yeah, peace.
Got a problem with the